day and dime and configurations of time. This is Dan Yodo with my very first reaction video for you today. Today I'm going to be reacting to Stix's very first ever Gacha Game Awards of 2025. Now, I know y'all have seen the Game Awards, the original ones. This is a pet project from Stix to give homage and give respect to all the Gacha games that are out and those that are going to be coming out in late 2026 and further on. What we're going to expect, who's going to win, we don't know. So we're going to pop up this video and we're going to see for ourselves. All right, let's get it going. And 3, 2, 1, start.
Gacha games have absolutely exploded in popularity ever since Genshin Impact took the genre mainstream. Gacha games have gone from being perceived as low-effort mobile games to AAA quality cross-platform titles launching onto PC and console as additions to mobile devices. Today, I want to take a moment here to celebrate the genre. I want to host the very first Gacha Game Awards. A celebration that isn't influenced by outsider sources. It is a community award show that is voted on by you, the community, hundreds of thousands of you, actually, from dozens of different respective content creators, communities, and game backgrounds. Bringing it all together are dozens of my closest Gacha content creator friends and colleagues with whom I respect and appreciate for being a part of this. Together, we are going to bridge the gap between communities and present the biggest gacha collaborative effort in the genre's history.
Yes.
Welcome to the 2025 Gacha Game Awards.
Yep, let's do it.
Now let's go ahead here and start off with the best narrative in a gacha game.
Good stories help us feel connected to the world that we're playing in. They allow us to relate to characters, to feel the impact of choices and decisions. They enthrall you, they make you laugh, and they make you cry. Hello everybody, my name is Duck TV, and it is my pleasure to present the award for Best Narrative-Driven Gacha Game. And the nominees are Fate Grand Order, Honkai Star Rail, Limbus Company, Reverse 1999, and Nikkei. At number 5 with 26,743 votes is Limbus Company. At number 4 with 35,184 votes is Nikkei. Coming in at number 3 with 38,913 votes is Reverse 1999. Taking our second place with 52,664 votes is Honkai Star Rail. And finally, coming in at number 1 as the best narrative-driven gacha game with 59,232 votes is Fate Grand Order.
There are a lot of great options. Limbus Company is dark and complex. Nikkei defies its Gunnar allegations and really established itself as a contender. Reverse 1999 absolutely exploded in popularity in the last year with more people enjoying it than ever before. Honkai Star Rail continues to deliver a narrative that many cannot stop consuming, and Fate Grand Order is a visual novel with more story than any gacha game that I have ever played, with one of the most fleshed out worlds in the genre. Now let's talk combat.
Action combat throws you right into the thick of things. It requires to react quickly, anticipate movements, as well as read attack patterns, dodge, parries, and counters. Every second counts, and it leaves no moment for downtime. Hi everyone, my name is Ruby, and it is my pleasure today to present the award for the best action gacha game. Our nominees are Aether Gazer, Genshin Impact, Punishing Gray Ravens, Withering Waves, and Zenless Zone Zero. At number 5 is Aether Gazer with 22,145 votes. At number 4 is Genshin Impact with 53,167 votes. At number 3 is Punishing Gray Raven with 84,624 votes. At number 2 is Zenless Zone Zero with 91,774 votes.
What's number 1?
And coming in at number 1 as the best action gacha game is Withering Waves with 124,943 votes. Congrats to Withering Waves.
Aether Gazer's combat utilizing 3 characters on field at a time is incredibly fun. Genshin Impact's elemental reactions and slower combat style feels really impactful and embraces a little more tactics. Punishing Raven's explosive high-octane combat continues to impress all of us. Zenless Zone Zero's more concise, impactful combat style really delivered a fantastic alternative to that. And Wuthering Waves with its flashy, unique, explosive combat with unique animations for every single new character helped deliver them the win. Now, let's go ahead and move on to turn-based combat.
It's almost 2026, and usually at the beginning of a year, we like to talk about turning over a new leaf, self-improvement, growth, but I'm a gacha gamer, and rather turn a new leaf, I'd rather press auto and pray that my RNG hits harder this turn than last year. I'm Captain Cabinets, and I'm thrilled to present the award for Best Turn-Based Gacha Game, where team building is essential and strategy is everything. The nominees are Chaos Zero Nightmare, Fate Grand Order, Honkai Star Rail, Limbus Company, and Reverse 1999. At number 5 is Limbus Company with 17,224 votes. At number 4 is Fate Grand Order with 34,671 votes. Number 3 is Reverse 1999 with 38,248 votes. Number 2 is Chaos Zero Nightmare with 49,912 votes. And coming in at number 1, the best turn-based gacha game is Honkai Star Rail with 94,473 votes. Thank y'all. Peace.
Limbus Company features a ridiculously deep and complex combat system. Fate Grand Order is a classic. Reverse 1999 is beautiful and a little more friendly to newer players. Chaos Zero Nightmare is brand new and is on everyone's mind. And Honkai Star Rail, well, you don't really get much better than their level of special effects, their depth, and their aesthetic. Now, for the final combat category, we're going to go ahead here and discuss idle combat.
Idle games are some of the most casual, friendly games you can find. You can take them with you on the move, you can play them anywhere, and they require very little investment. Unless you want to, that is. They value your time and reward you for playing when you want, instead of requiring you to play for hours on end every single day. Hey guys, my name is Bran Online, and today it is my pleasure to present the award for Best Idle Gacha Games. Our nominees are AFK Journey, Eversoul, Mobile Legends Adventure, Nikke, 7 Nights Rebirth. At number 5 is Eversoul with 13,784 votes. At number 4 is AFK Journey with 27,451 votes. At number 3 is 7 Nights Rebirth with 28,914 votes. At number 2 is Mobile Legend Adventure with 43,019 votes. And coming in at number 1, steamrolling the competition as the best idle gacha game is Nikke with 70,624 votes.
Eversoul is a beautiful free-to-play friendly game. AFK Journey is a little bit less AFK, but still heavily channels that AFK nature. 7 Nights Rebirth lets you grind the game and premium currency totally automatically. Mobile Legends Adventure is one of the biggest idle games in the entire world, and Nikke, combining its storytelling, its voice acting, its generosity, and character models, left it as the clear winner. Now it's time to move on from combat, so let's go and discuss the world.
Large, explorable worlds allow you endless freedom to enjoy and enthrall yourself in something out of the norm. They add depth to a story, they elaborate on characters and their lives. They make you want to learn more, and trigger that little hit of dopamine you get whenever you find a hidden chest tucked away somewhere. Hey, my name is Genizod, and it is my pleasure today to present the award for the best open world gacha games. Our nominees are Blue Protocol Star Resonance, Genshin Impact, Infinity Nikki, Tower of Fantasy, and Wuthering Waves. Coming up at number 5 is Tower of Fantasy with a whopping 274 votes. A real heavy hitter there. At number 4 is Blue Protocol Star Resonance with 2,046 votes. At number 3 is Infinity Nikki with 4,084 votes. At number 2 is Wuthering Waves with 132,479 votes. Pretty big difference there. And then coming up at number 1 as the best open world gacha game is Genshin Impact with 144,513 votes.
Yeesh.
Pretty surprising. Back to you, Stix.
Tower of Fantasy is one of the best MMO gacha games out there with a fantastic world to explore. Blue Protocol Star Resonance is very much the same. Infinity Nikki has a stunning world with a focus on dressing up your character and appealing to a largely ignored demographic. Wuthering Waves is some of the most breathtaking world environments and areas. Genshin Impact's world is gorgeous, it's full of life, and provides a very different experience to any of its competitors. Now let's talk voice acting.
You don't always need voice acting in a game to appreciate the characters or the stories being told. But good voice acting is definitely the way to elevate the experience.
Exactly.
From yelling at epic abilities, or even the sad driven moments, the funny silly moments. Me mem. Hi, my name is Cherry, and it is my pleasure today to present the awards for the best voice acting in the Gacha games.
Well, let's see.
In no particular order, the nominees are Honkai Star Rail, Nikkei, Path to Nowhere, Reverse 1999, and Wuthering Waves. And at 5th place is Honkai Star Rail with 22,534 votes. At 4th place is Wuthering Waves with 23,891 votes. At 3rd place is Path to Nowhere with 25,413 votes. At 2nd place, it's Goddess of Victory Nikkei with 34,224 votes in. And coming in at 1st place, the best voice acting in the Gacha game is Reverse 1999 at 54,815 votes. Crazy! I love all the voice acting in all the Gacha games that we play. Can't wait to see more Gacha games in future.
Defining good voice acting is tough. Honkai Star Rail delivers some incredible performances. Wuthering Waves continue to get significantly better over time. Path to Nowhere's more mature voice acting really sells its darker theme. Nikkei's voice acting is some of the most impactful in the genre. And finally, Reverse 99 with their versatility, their regional dialects just enhance the game in a way that no other gacha game does. Now, let's talk about the best husbando and best waifus in gacha gaming.
Attractive men and women are just as large a reason to pull for new characters as meta characters are. Everybody enjoys pleasant things to look at, but not every game has an appealing cast of characters to choose from, especially when it comes to husbandos. Hey, my name is Sevi, and it is my pleasure today to present the award for the best husbando gacha games. Our nominees are Arknights, Fate Grand Order, Honkai Star Rail, Limbus Company, Love and Deep Space. At number 5 is Limbus Company with 13,614 votes. At number 4 is Fate Grand Order with 27,125 votes. At number 3 is Arknights with 41,692 votes. At number 2 is Honkai Star Rail with 61,851 votes. And coming in at number 1 as the gacha game with the best husbandos is Love and Deep Space with 153,649 votes.
This was an expected outcome, honestly. Limbus Company has some great males. Fate Grand Order has quite a few more. Arknights' men are quite big beefcakes. Honkai Star Rail pushes out very attractive men every few patches, but nothing comes close to the husbandos in Love and Deep Space, a gacha game that is dedicated to gooning over men. Now let's talk waifus.
Waifu games are some of the most popular gacha games in the entire genre. And boy, do we love gooning to them. If there's one thing that stands out beyond any other, it's that when we see a character drip, we start drooling. My name is Ufi TV, and it is my pleasure today to present the award for Best Waifu Gacha Games.
Best waifu, okay.
Our nominees are Azure Lane, Brown Dust 2, Nikkei, Snowbreak, and Zenless Zone Zero. And our winners are, at number 5 is Snowbreak with 21,814 votes. At number 4 is Azure Lane with 24,467 votes. At number 3 is Zenless Zone Zero with 45,019 votes. And coming in second place is Brown Dust 2 with 50,024 votes. And coming in at number 1 as the gacha game with the best waifus is Nikkei with 84,862 votes.
As someone that admittedly, undeniably plays every single one of those games, I can concur. Snowbreak has gone super gooner, and it works. Azure Lane has designs that blow your mind. Zenless has some crazy characters as well, and they lean very heavily into the waifu meta. Frondus 2 is about as degenerate as these games come, but Nikke seems to pull ahead due to the designs of the characters, but also beyond that, the characters and their respective personalities themselves. Now let's talk lore.
The next award that I'm about to present to y'all is a very special one. It's also a category that might scare off some gacha players sometimes because it requires reading. Hey guys, it's Kaijo, and I'm about to announce the winner for best lore in a gacha game.
Yeah, I don't have a... Oh, dang, hold on. All right, let's get that back in. Okay, let's try that, and good.
Let's talk lore.
The next award that I'm about to present to y'all is a very special one. It's also a category that might scare off some gacha players sometimes because it requires reading. Hey guys, it's Kaijo, and I'm about to announce the winner for best lore in a gacha game. I also want to use this opportunity to give a huge shout out to all these amazing lore content creators, because if you guys would not cover that stuff on YouTube, I think most gacha players would not understand the lore of their games at all, since, let's be honest, they don't read. Alright guys, here are the nominees.
Seriously don't.
Arknights, Blue Archive, Fate Grand Order, Genshin Impact, and Honkai Star Rail. And here are the winners. At the number 5 spot, we got Blue Archive with 11,000 votes. Number 4 is Honkai Star Rail with 33,000 votes. At number 3, it's Genshin Impact with 45,000 votes. At the number 2, we got Arknights with 61,000 votes. But there can only be one winner, and the winner is Fate Grand Order. 112,000 votes. Absolutely smashed that number. Crazy. Congratulations to Fate Grand Order for winning best lore.
This honestly made a lot of sense. Blue Archive is a cute slice of life game with a dark, very dark undertone. Honkai Star Rail has a lot of depth to its world, and Genshin is very much the same. Arknight's lore is more expansive than almost any other, but there's no competing against Fate Grand Order. It is basically a visual novel. Now, let's go ahead here and talk best major patch in a gacha game.
Gacha games are ever improving. They expand on the world and the characters. They introduce new gameplay features that continue to innovate. They add quality of life improvements that make things a little easier. And they introduce new combat mechanics to challenge the players and keep things fresh. Hello, my name is Amanda Rochelle, and I am honored to present the award for Best Major Patch in a Gacha Game.
Alright, let's see.
And our nominees are Arknights Episode 15. Genshin Impact 6.0, Honkai Star Rail 3.0, Wuthering Waves 2.0, and Zenless Zone Zero 2.0. At number 5 is Zenless Zone Zero 2.0 with 32,024 votes. At number 4 is Genshin Impact 6.0 with 53,142 votes. At number 3 is Arknights Episode 15 with 56,228 votes. At number 2 is Honkai Star Rail 3.0 with 82,092 votes. And coming in at number 1 as the gacha game with the best major patch of 2025 is Wuthering Waves 2.0 with 172,682 votes.
Wow.
Congratulations to all the nominees and to the winner.
Let's be honest, the majority of Zenless has been enjoyable. Genshin Impact with Nod Cry has been relatively well received. Honkai Star Rail is always killing it at the top. Every Arknights chapter is thrilling in a different way, but Wuthering Waves has had the most substantial improvement of any gacha game in the genre, and it truly shows. Now let's talk about free-to-play friendliness.
You know, playing and enjoying gacha games can be quite expensive, especially when you consider the cost per pull or how peak those character designs are. You know you want to pull on each and every one, and every time you get one, the next character's better than the one you just secured. I know, man. 10 pulls per week, if you're lucky. 50-50 chance, a lot of us complain about that. About no pity at all, bucko. My name is Gacha Smack, and I'm here to present the award for the 2025 Best Free-to-Play Friendly Gacha Game, voted by none other than you, the community. Here are our nominees, starting off with Arc Knights, Azir Lane, Blue Archive, Nikkei, and last but definitely not least, Punishing Gray Raven. Coming in at number 5, we have Blue Archive with 22,084 votes. Coming in at number 4, we have Nikkei with 48,461 votes. And now for number 3, Azir Lane with 51,116 votes. And here comes the interesting part. Coming in at number 2, don't hold your breath, Arc Knights with 64,012 votes. And now our 2025 Best Free-to-Play Friendly Gacha Game winner. And it's not even close. A overwhelming victory coming in at 102,814 votes. Punishing Gray Raven. Congratulations, Kudo Games. You guys won it, and I think you deserved it.
Finding free-to-play friendly gacha games is a bit difficult. Gacha is predatory by its very nature, but Blue Archive has such a low cost and high currency turnover that it's easy to acquire every character. Nikkei rewards you with so much premium currency and free pulls, it almost feels like they're giving you characters completely free. Azir Lane allows you to acquire characters without the need to spend money. Arc Knights has earnable premium currency through various means, and Punishing Gray Raven has such a low cost for characters and weapons that it's almost impossible to miss obtaining everyone. Now let's go ahead and talk about the best non-character gacha game.
Not all gacha games are character gacha games. Some offer classes, others cosmetic, and it is my pleasure, Mrs. Stix, to bring to you the non-character gacha game award.
Let's see.
And our nominees are Blue Protocol Star Residence, Crystal of Atlan, Duet Night Abyss, Where Winds Meet. At number 4 is Crystal of Atlan with 14 votes. Number 3 is Blue Protocol Star Resonance with 273 votes. At number 2 is Duet Night Abyss with 37,154 votes. And coming in at number 1, my personal favorite, as the best non-character gacha game is Where Winds Meet with 51,892 votes. So congratulations to Where Winds Meet. I will continue playing you. And honestly, I continue to play most of these games, but I really love Where Winds Meet.
There aren't a lot of non-character gacha games. Maybe that's going to change moving into 2026. Crystal of Atlan had Class Gacha. Blue Protocol Star Resonance had Imagine an Outfit Gacha. Duet Night Abyss and Where Winds Meet both offer Cosmetic Gacha, with Where Winds Meet pulling quite a bit ahead. Now let's talk music.
Music aids in elevating games. It heightens moments of tension. It creates a sense of importance, of peace, of accomplishment, or sorrow. The soundtrack is one of the most important aspects of a video game. Hey, my name is Marco Meatball, and it is my pleasure today to present the award for Best Soundtrack in a Gacha Game. Our nominees are Arc Knights, Genshin Impact, Grand Blue Fantasy, Nikkei, Punishing Gray Raven. At number 5 is Grand Blue Fantasy with 35,261 votes. At number 4 is Genshin Impact with 45,078 votes. At number 3 is Nikkei with 52,018 votes. And number 2 is Punishing Gray Raven with 71,943 votes. And coming in at number 1 is the gacha game with the best soundtrack, Arc Knights, with 90,481 votes.
Honestly, these games all had phenomenal soundtracks. Grand Blue Fantasy's boss music is incredible. Genshin Impact has such phenomenal general soundtracks. Nikkei's battle and event music are always absolute bangers. Punishing Gray Raven and Arc Knights, however, genuinely leave people asking if they come up with the songs and music first and then animate scenarios around that music. Now let's talk most degenerate gacha games.
Hey, what is up, guys? Guitar Rock here. We have had the best husbandos. We have had the best waifus. What we haven't had is the award for the most degenerate gacha game. Now, these games are for only the most cultured of gacha gamers, and with some of the most down-bad character designs, stories, and of course situations. It is my pleasure today to present to you guys the award for the most degenerate gacha game.
Right,
now, our nominees are Azur Lane, Brown Dust 2, Love and Deep Space, Nikke Goddess of Victory, and of course, Snowbreak. Now, the winners are at 5th place, Azur Lane with 21,517 votes. At 4th place, Snowbreak with 24,961 votes. At 3rd place, Nikke Goddess of Victory with 35,044 votes. At 2nd place, Brown Dust 2 with 50,614 votes. And last but not least, at 1st place, the most degenerate gacha game out there is Love and Deep Space with 91,724 votes. So, congratulations to Love and Deep Space, and big shout out to Stix for having me on.
We love gooning over husbandos, over waifus. Azur Lane's ship waifus are phenomenal. Snowbreak lets you do some weird things with them. Nikke's just unabashedly in your face. Brown Dust 2 has gone full on degenerate, and Love and Deep Space pretty much tops them all. Targeted at husbando lovers over waifu. See, we all love to get our goon on. Now let's talk art.
Art and visuals help give meaning to the numbers and values in our games. Intricate world design immerse us into the world and the events that are happening. Captivating character designs can help us fall in love with the characters, and special effects help engage us with the combat. My name is Renu, and it is my pleasure today to present the award for Best Art Direction in a Gacha game. Our nominees are Arknights, Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, Reverse 1999, and Wuthering Waves. At number 5 is Reverse 1999 with 22,415 votes. At number 4 is Genshin Impact with 44,022 votes. At number 3 is Wuthering Waves with 52,717 votes. At number 2 is Arknights with 55,490 votes. And coming in at number 1 as the gacha game with the best art direction is Honkai Star Rail with 82,569 votes. That's a pretty big jump.
Reverse 1999's art style is absolutely stunning. Genshin Impact's world design is incredibly detailed. Wuthering Waves took world and character designs and then just magnified them. Arknights' entire aesthetic just oozes quality and appeal. And Honkai Star Rail's design, their character models and the combat aesthetic are just out of this world. Now let's talk best gacha release of 2025.
Every year we have several gacha game releases that take the world by storm. Just last year we've had Girls Frontline 2, Infinity Nikki, Wuthering Waves, Zenless Zone Zero. 2025 has had just as many, maybe not high profile, but games that absolutely dominated in their own respective ways. Hey guys, my name is Mr. Pokey, and it is my pleasure today to present the award for best gacha releases of 2025. Our nominees are Shadowverse Worlds Beyond, Stellar Sora, Chaos Zero Nightmare, Persona 5 The Phantom X, and last but not least, Uma Musume. Coming in at rank number 5 is going to be Stellar Sora with 12,571 votes. Coming in at number 4 is Persona 5 The Phantom X with 33,290 votes. Number 3 is Shadowverse Worlds Beyond with 41,640 votes. And number 2 is Chaos Zero Nightmare with 61,040 votes, which brings us to the number 1 best gacha release of 2025 for Uma Musume Pretty Derby at a whopping 112,964 votes.
Stellar Sora ended up being an incredibly fun gacha game. Persona 5 The Phantom X was an incredibly enjoyable adaptation. Shadowverse Worlds Beyond gave fans of the Shadowverse TCG something new to fall in love with. Chaos Zero Nightmare broke onto the scene with love, with passion, and Uma Musume just obliterated all of its competition, coming in as the number 1 gacha game release of the year. Now let's talk the best gacha game overall this year.
Some games have incredible stories enthralling you in a narrative spanning years. Others have combat that tests your timing, reflexes, and patience. And then we have games that are casual and rewarding. But the undeniable fact remains, there can only be one true best gacha game of 2025.
All right, come on.
Hey, my name is Saint, and it is my pleasure today to present the award for best gacha game of 2025. Our nominees are Arknights, Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, Uma Musume, and of course, Wuthering Waves. Now, time for the results. At number 5, with 41,223 votes, we'll have Honkai Star Rail. Congratulations to Wave. At number 4, with 47,928 votes, Uma Musume. And at number 3, with 52,014 votes, Arknights. And at number 2, with 128,947 votes, another Hoyoverse title, Genshin Impact.
Yes,
and coming in at number 1 as the best gacha game of 2025 with 132,290 votes. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, it's the only one left. It's going to be Wuthering Waves.
That's what I'm talking
Congratulations,
about. That is what I'm talking about.
And congratulations, Kuro Games.
There were a lot of great contenders for Best Gacha Game of 2025. Arknights is the best strategy game the genre has to offer. Genshin Impact remains one of the best gacha games as a whole. Honkai Star Rail as well. Uma Musume has been an enormous breakout success this year, and Wuthering Waves has grown to such a significant height that nobody thought possible. Now let's talk about the best gacha game available right now on mobile.
Nowadays, cross-platform gachas have become all the rage, with many people preferring amazing graphics on a large HD screen rather than the limitations of a smaller device. But going back to our roots, there are many gachas that still offer an amazing experience for your phone, whether it's allowing you to play whenever, wherever, and optimizing the experience for mobile players worldwide. Hi, my name is HKK, and it is my pleasure to present to you the award for the best mobile gacha game of 2025. Our nominees are Arknights, Fate Grand Order, Honkai Star Rail, Love and Deep Space, Uma Musume. And the results are, at number 5 is Love and Deep Space with 22,583 votes. At number 4 is Fate Grand Order with 47,119 votes. At number 3 is Arknights with 49,015 votes. At number 2 is Uma Musume with 55,493 votes. And the winner is, for Best Mobile Gacha Game of 2025, at number 1 is Honkai Star Rail with 72,834 votes. Congrats to all the winners!
These are games that tend to excel on mobile devices, or at the very least provide a great experience for mobile gamers. Love and Deep Space is effortlessly accessible on mobile. Fate Grand Order is a nice, simple experience as well. Arknights doesn't have a full PC version yet. Uma Musume's simplicity also shines through on mobile. And Honkai Star Rail, as a turn-based game, not only performs well on both PC and mobile, but it also doesn't require a lot of user input that would make it difficult to play or enjoy on mobile. Now let's talk Best Gacha Studio.
Okay, let's see it.
Gacha studios vary in terms of community engagement, free-to-play friendliness, generosity, whether they prioritize their players or their quarterly financials. Hi, my name is Ryuko Sensei, and it is my pleasure today to present the award for Best Gacha Game Studio of 2025. Let's get Our nominees are Cygames, known for Uma Musume, which came out to global this year. Hypergriff, best known for their long-running game Arknights, with Arknights Enfield on the horizon. Kuro Games, known for both Punishing Grey Raven and Wuthering Waves. Manju, still going strong with Azure Lane, with many looking forward to the upcoming title Azure Familia. And also Shift Up, which was first known for Nikkei Goddess of Victory, but has made a massive splash on the global scene with Stellar Blade. At number 5 is Cygames with 18,420 votes. At number 4 is Manju with 21,819 votes. At number 3 is Hypergriff with 35,024 votes. At number 2 is Shift Up with 55,712 votes, which means coming in at number 1 as the best gacha game studio of 2025 is Kuro Games with 144,651 votes. Congratulations to Kuro Games.
It's always refreshing when gacha studios reward and appreciate their players. Cygames has been doing so with many of their games. Manju with Azure Lane give more than they probably should. Hypergriff are very receptive and communicative. Shift Up with both Nikkei and Stellar Blade even are very generous and act in their players' best interest most of the time. And Kuro Games with Punishing Grey Raven and Wuthering Waves do more for their players and implement more quality of life improvements than almost any other gacha game out there. Now let's talk about the most anticipated gacha game of 2026.
2026 is going to be an incredible year for gacha games. We have a major game releasing in what seems to be every single category. Open world, action combat, turn-based, narrative-driven, casual, slice of life, cozy, idle RPG. It is truly going to be a year that caters to every single type of gacha player. Welcome, I'm Josh Drove Hayes, and it is my pleasure today to present the award for most anticipated gacha game of 2025. Our nominees are Arknight's Endfield, Azure Promelia, Honkai Nexus Anima, Neverness to Everness, Petite Planet, Silver Palace, and Vasapura. At number 7 is Neverness to Everness with 12,000 votes. At number 6 is Petite Planet with 27,000 votes. At 5 is Silver Palace with 30,800 votes. At number 4 is Azure Promelia with 34,000 votes. At number 3 is Vasapura with 45,000 votes. And at number 2 is Honkai Nexus Anima with 60,000 votes. And coming in at number 1 as the most anticipated gacha game of 2026 is Arknight's Endfield with an overwhelming 172,294 votes.
2026 has a lot of potential. Neverness to Everness with its urban open world, Petite Planet's cozy slice of life game style, Silver Palace's Victorian brawler combat, Azure Promelia's open world creature collection, Vasapura's more darker take on a supernatural theme, Honkai Nexus Anima being an amalgamation of auto battler, creature collector, and more. And finally, Arknight's Enfield's take on a semi-open world with factory construction as a focus. Yeah. There's a lot to look forward to, and those are just scratching the surface. And these are your categories and winners for the very first international Gacha Game Award show of 2025. I had a lot of fun doing this. All the content creators involved had a lot of fun doing this. I appreciate every single person that has been a part of this. All of you that are watching, I hope that this is an overwhelming, resounding success, and we can do the same thing again at the end of 2026. I made a YouTube dedicated specifically to these game awards. If you want to go ahead, subscribe to that channel, look at each nominee individually, then you're more than welcome to, and I genuinely appreciate the time you've taken here to watch and be a part of this endeavor. I know you think that you just hit the end.
Alrighty. That pretty much that settles that. Now for my 2 cents in. Well, yep, I pretty much agree with what they had going. It makes the most sense. So, in terms of the awards, I definitely had a good time watching and reacting to it. I'm looking forward to next year and the other future Gacha games is going to be coming out for them to be on the list too. But I'm also looking forward to games are going to be coming out this next year as well, like Neverness to Everness, Silver Palace, Anta, and pretty much games like that. But Stix, pretty much you hit it very, very close to home, man. You did it right. And I'm looking forward to see more of these awards coming next year as well. Now, I'm probably going to call it here. This is probably my first reaction video. I don't know if I'm going to be making any more, but if you want to see more, like give suggestions in the comments, just let me know if you want me to react to more videos and stuff like that. This is Dan Yodo signing out saying, every day can always be a good day, no matter what. You take care of yourselves, have a great new year, and I'll see you next time. Farewell.